Okay, we have 8 minutes. I hate doing short videos. I'm going to try to wrap it up. There's a YouTuber. They're unsubscribed, and I probably unsubscribed, and I did not like the video that he made. Of course, I don't condone the 4 people who what they did. But in the video, I was going on with what he was saying, you know, that this is wrong and this and that, and that, I forgot what he said, that, how these people folks was acting, it was wrong, and how the youth is doing this. But then, as a liberal, you know, I'm not a slave to no white liberal. First of all, liberal, we do what the heck we want to do. So that's why I'm a liberal. I don't let a system that's conservative run. I mean, you're not conservative, you speak like one. This brother, who's from Port Arthur, same age as me at 37, he's a couple of months older than me, okay? He's Gemini, I'm a Leo, and Leos, we run things, okay? That's why the folks don't like us. The problem is this man here, who flips side of the coin like a Gemini, has said that since white liberal, which is a so-called version of white supremacy, and actually the more conservative people in this country have a white supremacy. Yeah, there are white liberal racists, of course, but true liberals are not supposed to be racist. Know that before you start bumping your gums. You sit there and said that black children are stubborn, okay? And we know our children, and you can look at them. And I'm going to let you know something, brother. Stop putting the Willie Lynch syndrome into the whole community, because not every person of African descent who's a child is stubborn. Not every, so the reason why I bring this, because this man, and not to bring a religion, this is a Protestant white version, I mean black identified version of white wasp in a culture in the South that came out of pilgrim religion, came out of England. And as a person besides African, French, and Irish, which is a part of the English, my grandma was a white woman who's English and Irish, French Creole and Spanish Creole, and American. I like to read my cultures, and I went to a only white school where corporal punishment was practiced. So stop making him argument that white people, and he didn't say that, but they think that corporal punishment is the way how to live, that like white liberals came in. White liberals who came into the community, and also African-American people who need to be recognized who are liberals, who are against this, who don't get news coverage because they're trying to show who's intelligent, who's not intelligent, as in who's savage, who's not savage, did come in our community to stop this, because it came out also as slavery. Besides, remember, the descendants of slavery, slave masters in the United States, were the descendants of pilgrims. Pilgrims at the time in England, when they came out of Reformation days and make their own interpretation of the Bible, due to Martin Luther, which I know he was German, but this scandalization, when they left the church that Jesus founded, made their own interpretation that Peter's against in the Bible, okay? Make your own interpretations in twisting scripture. That's why the American Baptist Church in the North was against slavery. The Southern Baptist Church is what also is what caused the Civil War. Know your history, brother. This idea of whooping your kid came out when they took a verse out of Proverbs and distorted. So these are people who believe in, if you had red hair back in the Pilgrim days, you was a witch and you deserved to get burnt to the stake. They also believe that the same witch child, there was a lot of these women were not witches, and they accused them of being witches, and this is the people of the name of God. Okay? So before y'all start talking about the scandals in the church and stuff, let's talk about the Protestant scandals that came out of a Protestant scandal, by the way. So point is, what happened is you sit there and say that, and that idea comes from the Willie Lynch syndrome. If you read the Willie Lynch syndrome, he did use the King James Version Bible, and let me let you know that's not the correct interpretation of the Bible. I mean, translation. There were English translation before King James, and when the Protestant Reformation came in, they took things out with it that Luther, that we have in our books that y'all don't have. Don't forget, we use sacred tradition to put them books together. In conversation of, yes, that's what we're a biblical collection of books that come from the Bible. Learn your church history before you start bumping your gums, brother. You sit here and say that, right? So let's go back to the story. Willie Lynch used the King James Version Bible, distorted English translation, shall I say, and used his racism. And in that verse, in that doggone Willie Lynch letter, it said that to beat the male child, because they want to make him timid to them, to white. That's why he's complaining about the white man. They beat the brother up, and then forgave him that situation. So the black woman, or the mixed woman, whoever they consider the black at the time, who makes her pure, was supposed to teach her male child to be timid, be mentally weak. That's why some brothers don't feel like coming up, and be physically strong, which is why we have hyper-masculine brothers who don't got no doggone power to talk about masculinity. I had to go there. So that's why the women are more successful. Had to go there. So you sit here making this statement. And in that thing, it said to beat the fear of God of them. So that's why you see images of black women enslaved with a white child. And you see this back in Jim Crow. Treat their white children, they taking it to being a man, a nanny to the kids. Treat them way better like they came out of their womb. But the kids that came out of her womb, whether be dark or light, they was mixing her DNA or she mixed with white mass or whatever. If the darkest child, who looked more like the brother on this dang thing, got more whoopings than the rest of the kids. Those who lighter, my shade, and all with the high yellow pale, got less whoopings, or they get whipped, but it wasn't extreme if you was extremely dark skinned. That's why we got colorism in the community. That's why some people don't like to be dark skinned. It's not because of white media, it's in our community since we all mix and not pure black. And we gravitate more of the Caucasian side of our DNA. At the same time, try to hate it, but the dark side, okay, thank you. All right? So these people, so this man said that if they had got whooped at home, they would have been not like this. That's not true, brother. Half the time, these kids were beaten just like they beat their white men. Okay? They owe 9, 10, I don't put no past they mammies. They mammies, like old Toya Graham, were punching, beating, and calling all type of niggas and bitches and hoes, and even using the word of the Lord to defend their little evil behavior. They scandalization to be thrown to a sea with a rock around their head. We call it, provoke these child to anger, they came to scourge. So, yeah, that is very true that the white racist people start attacking people of color after the doggone Trump election. But at the same time, these fools, these folk, crazy fools, learn that behavior, and I have to agree with Thomas and on this war from the old violent old mammy. And not every sister is like this. Let's get that straight right now. But y'all love to use that argument. Oh, I brought you in this world. Excuse me, if I was in that situation, and I wouldn't mind being killed and be part of the next statistic of Planned Parenthood genocide. Because you're not going to bring me in the world of destruction if you love me. Because there's no love in destruction or rule or quick temper or behavior. Read 13th 1 Corinthians. Hello. So, brother, let me tell you something. So you believe that your people, dark, light, whatever, is stubborn like the white racist people believe in. Then you are no different than a coon. I have to call you out, brother. You're going to use Afrocentricism and all that other crap. I saw you through your doggone hypocrisy over these years. So you believe your people are stubborn? That is a inferiority complex. Anybody can be stubborn no matter what their color is. And when I used to get whooped, brother, I wanted to kill my family. So don't you dare try to say it helped you. You got brainwashes to be dehumanized. That's what it is. It made me a better because you had support who believe in dehumanization.